Marcus Rashford. Oh, glorious! That is a special one.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to A to Z United. This is our match preview for the big game between Manchester United versus Chelsea. This is your host Ankit. I'm joined by the man himself, inspired by the David Silva hairstyle, Mr. Anand.
Thank you, Ankit.
It's
Thank you for having me.
yeah. So we'll start with the match preview for the game against Chelsea. Over to you, Anand.
Sure, Ankit. Of course, as we all know, a very big game coming up in our hands. It's a Premier League match between Manchester United and Chelsea. The game is played at Old Trafford, Saturday evening, 10 p.m. IST time, Indian Standard Time. And, we've had some pretty good results against Chelsea lately. Most notably, last season, we defeated them 3 out of 4 times. And,
Mhm.
after a long time, we have done the Premier League double over Chelsea. So hopefully we do the same this season as well. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I really trust him to do a double again this time in this season against Frank Lampard's men. So it's going to be a pretty good result to have. And most notably, last time our opening game was against Chelsea, where we defeated them 4 goals to 0, 4-0. And the return leg against Stamford Bridge, we defeated them 2-0. So hopefully this is going to be one of our title challenges rival, and Chelsea is also our top 4 rival as well. So if we can get the positive results against Chelsea, hopefully we should have a good start. What do you think about tomorrow's game, Ankit?
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what happens tomorrow. Two good managers in Frank Lampard and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Both the teams have firepower in the attacking department, but
Mm-hmm.
the difference between the two sides will be who defends better.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea, as we know, are not good defensively. United on the same page, but recently in the last couple of games, United have defended pretty much well. So we'll see a lot of attacking players in both the sides, but the team that defends well will come up top in this game. Do you
Mm-hmm.
think that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will go with the same formation or the same team, or do you see any changes for tomorrow?
I feel that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to switch to a back 4. It's not going to be
Mhm.
a back 5 as we saw. And the reason I
Yeah.
say this is because last season when we started the game, when we won 4-0 at Old Trafford, the formation he went was back 4 formation. And after that, the next 3 games that we played with a back 3 formation.
Mhm.
And of course, most notably, the FA Cup defeat was also a back 3. If you remember, Eric Bailly was injured
Okay.
and went. So I predict that in tomorrow's game, after our masterclass against PSG, that he's going to go with a back 4, so that it's not pretty evident, for the opposite team, for Frank Lampard to say that this is the formation that we're going to attack.
And on
So.
that formation thing, Chelsea play the same formation as United, 4-2-3-1, with two holding midfielders with Kante and Jorginho, as to United with maybe Fred or Matic with McTominay or Pogba. So
Mhm.
both the teams have this pretty much same formation that they play with.
And speaking of formation, Ankit, what do you feel our predicted lineup is going to be like? What's our potential lineup?
Yeah, so as you said, yes, he will switch back to a back four, and my predicted lineup will be David De Gea at goal. He'll bring back Maguire in the centre back pairing, and I'll love to see Axel Tuanzebe again.
Mhm.
I don't know if he's fit to play 2 games in a row, but if he is, I think he should play, and we'll see a good centre back pairing for a long time after a long time between as a pairing with Maguire and Tuanzebe. On the right hand side, he'll again play Aaron Wan-Bissaka. On the left hand side, I want to see Alex Telles to play. Fred has to play this match. He dominated the midfield against PSG, and I want to see him play against Chelsea as well. There is a lot of debate between who is the better midfielder between Kante and Fred. So we'll see tomorrow. If Fred plays, we'll get the answer to that question. I want to see play Matic play. Fred and Matic as the holding midfielders. Bruno Fernandes as the attacking midfielder. On the right hand side, you can play Mata. On the left
Mhm.
hand side, James, and up front with Rashford.
Mhm.
Do you think this is a good, formidable side? This is what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will go with.
Yes, Ankit, I feel the same. I think this is an amazing lineup to have Mata and James, as our attacking threat for the attacking white is it would be pretty good, considering that they had a pretty good game against Brighton in the FA Cup. In
AFL Cup.
EFL Cup. I'm sorry, yeah, in the
Yeah,
EFL Cup
yeah.
fourth round, as they have a pretty good work rate. They have a pretty good work rate, so that's an amazing lineup to have. And I hope that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, speaking of the lineup, that he puts a very good, formidable lineup in front against Chelsea, as this is again going to be one of the tough games to
Yeah.
come our way.
Mhm.
But now, Ankit, when we speak about our form guide this season, we've seen the way the players have been performing for Chelsea as well as United. If you look at Chelsea, Chelsea is currently sitting in eighth position in the Premier League. They've played 5 games, they've won two, they've drawn two, and they've lost one. But if you look at the last 3 games has been a draw, a win, and a defeat. The defeat, of course, coming against Tottenham Hotspurs in the EFL Cup, and that was a penalty shootout. And coming to United, we are sitting in 15th position right now, and we have just played 4 games, so we have a game in hand. Hopefully, if we can defeat Chelsea, we can go above them in the table. But in the
With the
last
game
four
to
games,
end.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So with 4 games played, we have 2 wins, two defeats, but 0 draws right now. But our last 3 games look good. We have won against PSG. We defeated Newcastle 4 goals to 1, and of course the defeat against
So much.
Tottenham Hotspurs. So Ankit, do you think based on our last 3 games, Chelsea have a defeat, a win, and a loss, whereas United have 2 wins and a defeat? Based on our last 3 games, would you say that United have a better chance of defeating Chelsea?
Not a better chance, but United certainly have the momentum to go and win this match.
Mhm.
Because if you see, Chelsea haven't had a good start to the season, which was expected considering the numerous players that they have brought in. So it will take time to gel, and that is the reason they have a slow start to the season. As compared to last season, where we played the first game against them and we thrashed them 4-0. But this game might be a little different because now both the managers are quite a bit experienced. They have 1.5 seasons behind them. So I'm expecting a very tough competition and a close game. Uh, my score predictions for this game will be maybe 2-1 to United. But
Mhm.
there was a game last season where Liverpool and Chelsea played, and Liverpool won 4-3. So we can expect a similar kind of game because the defense of both the sides is not performing quite well. So we can see that type of game as well. Do you
Mhm.
see United going through or coming over Chelsea in this game?
Yes, Ankit. What I feel is that our defense has been performing consistently for the past 2 games, and we've had two really good results. We scored 4 and then conceded an own goal against Newcastle. Likewise, we scored 2 against a very good PSG side and then conceded 1 goal. So
This
I'm
was the
actually
one
going
goal.
to. Yeah, exactly. This was again an own goal. So if you can curb the own goal, what I'm going to do
Mhm.
is I'm going to go out of the ballpark here, and I'm going to say that we are going to get a clean sheet against Chelsea. So I predict
Mhm.
I predict a 2-0 score line against Chelsea. You know,
Okay,
but
fair
that
enough.
Yes, but that being said, I think we what one thing all of us, viewers, could be assured of is that we are going to have a really good Premier League match.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is going to happen at Old Trafford. And again, Ankit, I think some really good news is that Manchester United, first time in their history, have won 10 consecutive away games in a row.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So if we can improve that performance in our home matches as well, I'm sure we should be getting a good result tomorrow against Chelsea as well. So thank you,
Mhm.
Ankit. I think some really good discussion in this preview and some really good points to cover. Hopefully, let's see that tomorrow we have a pretty good result and a game against Chelsea. And any final things to sign off, Ankit?
Yeah, who's your player to watch for tomorrow from both the sides?
Tomorrow, again in Manchester United, I would be expecting Bruno Fernandes to perform. So Bruno Fernandes would be the player
Mhm.
to watch. As far as Chelsea is concerned, Timo Werner, because he has had a pretty the last 2 games have been pretty good. He was
Yeah,
on a hat
true.
trick last game, so Timo Werner would be the player to watch. What about you, Ankit?
For United, yes, as you said, Bruno Fernandes. I'll pretty much look forward to Rashford as well because Rashford has scored numerous times against Chelsea. So Rashford is a man to watch for United for me. For Chelsea, I'll go with Pulisic. His pace and his direct threat in the final third is of very much importance. So Pulisic and Rashford from both the sides.
Yes, I think that's going to be a pretty interesting, match to pretty interesting competition over there as
Yeah.
well, and interesting performances to see as well. So again, once again, viewers, thank you so much for being part of this preview, and please comment, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And again, as we mentioned, if you could get this channel to 50 subscribers, we'll be picking you viewers to our channel, and we'll be calling you guys to have more interesting discussions on the same as well. So until then, thank you so much for watching, and
Thank you, guys.
yeah,
Bye bye.
thank you. Bye, see you.